TD, RBC, Scotia, BMO, and that's pretty much it. Canada, in reality, has like no banks. And because of that, they call the shots. They can act like thugs. There's literally zero reason to listen to you, to try and incentivize you to do business with them, to try and get your business and try and negotiate and give you a deal. Yeah, they ain't doing none of that, okay? They call the shots, and it is what it is. He who has the gold makes all the rules. And right now, Tiff Macklem holding all that gold, making all the rules. So what do we do as Canadians? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down why you can't trust the Canadian banks, and you got to do this instead. Let's get into it. Did you hear? RBC was just fined $7.5 million from FINTRAC for possible money laundering or just not having their information right. Now, FINTRAC is an organization in Canada that just makes sure that there's no money laundering. Now, I can say for being in the real estate industry, I'm a realtor, I'm a real estate investor, that FINTRAC is very important for us. We have to document everything. When a client sends money for a deposit, when they're a client of ours buying a property, we got to list all the details, their passport numbers, their driver's license numbers, their name, what do they do for a living. I got to take all this information and give it to my brokerage, who then gives it to FINTRAC so they can line up the money sending. Oh yeah, this guy sent it. Oh yeah, this guy sent a deposit for this property. Here's the name, here's the form. Okay, it all checks out. Anyway, RBC messed up some of that paperwork and they got fined 7.5 million buckers. Here's the thing, dude. 7.5 million bucks? What is that? It did literally this to them. That's about it. It didn't do anything. 7.5 million? It's like $1 billion bank, dude. 7.5 million? RBC probably makes that in... They just made it. They just made it right there with interest payments from Canadians. Somehow, they just made 7.5 million bucks in 3 seconds. Now, you and I both know this. These kind of government investigations, looking at the banks, looking at real estate developers, looking at Doug Ford with the green... Okay, all these investigations, you and I both know. They're going to lead nowhere. They're going to take years and years and years because they got to do their due diligence and they got to look into things. But eventually, it's just going to go away. We're going to forget about it. It won't be published in the papers. There'll be some sort of resolution. RBC will maybe get another slap in the face for $2 million bucks. Like, who cares? This is going nowhere. But what does it mean for you? We know RBC is not going to be held accountable. No one's going to get fired, really. No one's going to get in trouble. The only person that's going to get in trouble is you, is Canadians. Why? There's no competition. And when you have so few banks do all of the business, like they run everything. And now with HSBC being bought up, I think it was RBC. I don't know. I got to check my paperwork. Like it's even less competition. HSBC was another good private-esque kind of bank, kind of like the small regional lenders in America where there's competition now. They bought them up too. So what does it mean for you? Realizing where you are. If you're doing business in Canada, if you're in Canada living here, you have to realize that you don't own shit. You can't do anything. You're not calling the shots at all. These banks set the rules and you can either decide to play by them, like I am. I got a business. We flip houses. We have a real estate investing business. I don't like it, but you know what? We're still making a lot of money, so I can play by the rules. But the reality is a lot of these small business owners, a lot of people trying to get loans to start a business, to do whatever, it's tough. It's not making sense. It's hard to get money now. Cash flow is low. So what do? Like I said, you either play by the rules and suck it up, or maybe you do business in a different country, maybe America. See, in America, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of banks. Of course, you got your big banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, the big banks. But then you have all these other little regional banks, kind of like the HSBC, but even smaller. Banks you've never heard of before. You'll never see them. They don't even have a physical location a lot of the times. They're more of an online fintech bank. But there's banks everywhere. And what causes this? What happens from this? Capitalism. Competition, because the little banks know they're fighting against Bank of America, Wells Fargo for their client's mortgage. So they're going to offer a lower rate. They're going to offer some more incentive to try and get their business. Yes, I know I'm a small dinky bank. You never heard of me, but I can offer you 0.5% less on your interest rate, a full percent less on your interest rate. Come over here. So these small banks kind of do that, and it creates competition. It forces the big banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America to also go, dang, we're losing business to these little shit bricks. We got to lower our rate a little bit now too to try and steal from these regional banks. So there's competition. It's good. Everybody's fighting. It's capitalism. Canada, we don't got none of that. There's none of that. There's literally the top 4 or 5 banks, whatever it is now. And you got like 2 or 3 smaller. You got like First National and like, I don't know, a couple other ones. Like that's it. You got like 6, 7 banks tops. And let's be real. Even the smaller banks like First National, whatever, they're just getting orders from TD, getting orders from the top up, from Tiff Macklem. You know how it is. That's the reality. There's no competition in Canada. We have monopolies like crazy. We got a monopoly over the food industry, over the banking industry, over your cell phone and internet. Bell and Rogers own everything. And yeah, we got Shaw Media. What are you talking about, dude? We got TELUS. No, it's just Rogers. Just the same fucking thing masqueraded as bullshit. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? This channel is about solutions. We don't only complain on here for the clicks and the views, bro. We give the solutions after. Why? Because I'm a real entrepreneur with employees. I got a business. I got 13 employees. I flipped 150 properties. You're looking at a real entrepreneur here. And now here comes the solutions. You got to do business most likely out of this country. As much as you love Canada, you're born here, your family's here. I know, dude. I know. But let me ask you something. Are you trying to buy a house? Is it impossible? Can you afford rent? Can you even afford the mortgage payment on the house that you want? Car payment on top of that? Insurance? Kids? Dude, I know how expensive kids are. It's getting really hard to live here in Canada. So you either take it up the ass and just keep doing it, or you start exploring other options like doing business in the US, or even maybe ultimately living in the US. Now, I said the US because it's right below us. It's the same kind of culture. We know it. We can understand it. It's not like you have to move to Bali or Thailand and learn a total new language, move to Costa Rica, learn Spanish. That's a big, big culture shock. Moving to America, there's like zero culture shock. It's the same kind of thing. But the American dream is dying there too, but it's way easier to achieve than here. So owning a home, like homes are way less expensive, not even in the same ballpark. They're way less expensive. Yes, even for calculating for the USD currency exchange and the salaries you make. Yeah. Accounting for all that. Housing is still way cheaper. For example, the houses we're buying in Florida and Texas with our partners. In Florida, we're buying properties for $350,000, detached house with a garage, 3-bed, 2-bath, 15 minutes from an ocean. In Texas, just outside of Houston, we're buying properties with our partners for $180,000. The same house. Detached house, 3-bed, 2-bath, garage, Pleasantville looking fucking house, $180,000. Okay. Now this isn't some like dinky town. This is the equivalent of like Kitchener-Waterloo, Hamilton, Ontario, Vancouver. We're investing in big cities in these states, and that's still the price of housing. It's insane. So maybe start exploring the possibility, maybe the possibility of leaving and moving to the US. Now you're gonna say, man, it's impossible. You can't just easily move there. What about your green card? Here's the thing, okay? I'm not telling you to move there like a broke ass bitch. This channel is for people who want to elevate themselves and make some money and get wealthy. And here's the reality. You can easily, by the way, move to the US if you buy a business or start a business. The easier way is just buy an already existing business, a landscaping company, a hair salon, a car wash, a laundromat. There's no coincidence, by the way, why there's so many laundromats and car washes in the US, because everybody from all around the world are buying these just to get their citizenship. Anyway, $100,000 USD. Buy a business for $100,000. You're almost guaranteed to get your green card. Some lawyers will say maybe we can get away with you buying a business for $50,000 USD, 75. Okay. It's possible, but from what I've talked to from all the lawyers, they say, yo, if you buy a business for $100,000, it's like guaranteed. And I have so many friends that have already done this with their real estate business. They started a property management business. They started a construction business for their flipping business or for their real estate business. And the meeting at the border, by the way, once you get called, is like 5 minutes. I've been told from everybody I know, the meeting was like 5-10 minutes. They ask you like 5 questions like, hey, what's your intention? How long are you planning to have this business? How much money do you plan to make? Okay, here you go, 5 years. Boom. Okay, so it's easy. You just got to put some work into it. Everybody up here complaining on my social medias, on Instagram, you can't just move to the US, man. Well, you can't because you're a little fucking negative bitch. But if you have any balls, any incentivization to make your life better, you'll figure it out. You'll make it work. A lot of people here who own homes, okay, I know for sure you have $100K USD in equity in your house if you sell your home. Lots of people do. So you can make it work if you really wanted to. Now, you don't have to move to the US either. I mean, I still haven't done that. We live in the US for just under 6 months a year, 4 or 5 months a year we live there. So we get the free snowbird, package with our visa anyway. So it's cool. That's the lifestyle we like to live for now. Our child is young. He's 2.5 years old. We want to be close to family. So we're not really set on exiting Canada forever. For now, we will in the coming years. I'm almost guarantee it. We're going to move to Hawaii because Hawaii. But like for now, we like the life we're doing. But at this point, immediately, we're taking our money out of the US. We're taking our money out of Canada and putting it in the US. Okay, so no more investing in real estate in Canada. The rules are insane. Prices are way too high. Nothing cash flows. It makes no sense to invest in Canada anymore. So now we're investing. We're taking our money out, at least for now, and dropping in the U.S., getting ready for when we do move. You know, we got some nice stuff going on. We got some businesses. We got the businesses going on. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, that's the point of the video. You can either just let life hit you in the face, or you can take charge and change your shit. And I just told you some good ideas on how to do that. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next rant.